Hey guys, welcome to this episode of R&D Garage. I want to give a warm welcome to all my new subscribers. Thank you guys so much, as well as everybody who's been there along the way, who joined up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so we're kind of going to do a little short and sweet video here. All of us at some point have broken off a stud or a bolt in the head, and it's complete hell. We can all agree on that. Now this one's mainly for B series, but the same kind of practice applies to like domestics and everything else too. So we're going to go ahead and show you how we deal with this. Come along. Okay guys, so I actually just had to deal with this in real life, taking out a broken stud from the motor. Now, I thought about filming at the same time, but for those who know me, I am a definite potty mouth, and I've been keeping it definitely G, kind of PG for most of these videos, and so I kind of want to keep it that way. Yeah. Anyway, so we're going to do kind of a reenactment and take you through each and every step that we took to get that darn bolt out. So you guys remember that when I bought this car, the kid that owned it before only did a couple of upgrades. He put on a DC sports header and did a clutch and managed to screw almost both of them up. Anyway, but I noticed when I took off the DC sports header that, well, actually I didn't notice until we tried to get out the bolts, but this stud here was actually snapped off. And so that's not good. But thank goodness he didn't try to drill it out or anything like that, and he basically left it for us. So we're going to show you what to do here, and the next steps are as follows. So obviously, to get out that stud, the first thing you're going to do is take off the header. After that, you may want to remove either one or both of the fans right here, especially if you don't have one of these, right-handled drill and adapter. Okay, and before we get into the next steps, if someone's been in there already, and let's say there's a broken extractor actually in there too, you may have to take it to a machine shop. But by all means, go ahead, try these steps, and if all else fails, sorry, you're gonna have to pay some money to get it out. Okay, so the next step after removing everything is basically to treat that area with something like WD-40, some sort of spray kind of lubricant, just to kind of get it nice and soaked, and in the hopes that it'll lube it up enough to want to come out rather than just make a nest and stay there for the rest of its life. Okay, when it's time to drill out that pesky stud or broken off bolt, always make sure you drill right in the center of the hole and the bolt and stud itself. To do this, we got this pretty cool tool here. It's basically a manifold turbo flange, and we also got the drill bushing. That was right. A drill bit in my head, drill bushing. And so what's cool about this is this completely lines up perfectly. And what we actually did, since this hole was a little bit too big, we covered this in packing tape, and because you want it to fit perfectly snug before you start basically drilling. So now we're going to show you what we're going to do with it next. Okay, you guys, so you notice I put on the turbo flange using a couple of just spare bolts I had laying around. So go ahead and just almost finger tight, not quite finger tight, but leave them a little bit loose, because what we're going to do now is get a light source in there so we can see. And you want to center this up as perfectly as possible, since we're going to be running, you know, a drill into the remaining hole here. And so once you've got it lined up perfectly, go ahead, snug up the two screws, and use your inspector mirror. So you're going to come down here and basically use it like you're at the dentist, and just kind of check out the hole and see what it looks like inside. And yeah, and I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so if you guys actually only have a straight drill and no adapter, that's the point where you take out the fans, just to let you know. But since I have this, I also have the drill bit on it, and this is one of those reverse bits, because obviously we're trying to unscrew the bolt and not screw it back in. And I want to mention that Hansen actually has a wonderful set of all basically the drill bit sizes that you could ever need. And so that's basically what I'm using on this guy here. I also want to point out that this is not the time to pull out that rusty drill bit that's been sitting at the bottom of your drawer for 20 years. You're going to want a known brand, no Harbor Freight, no crap, nothing like that. You want something that's definitely going to perform, much like Hansen, and know that you're going to get it out. Okay guys, so you see coming down here, it fits exactly how I need it to. No more, no less. So make sure your drill is in reverse. Go ahead, hit it gently a couple times, and then pull it out. And where did he put the mirror? There it is. Go ahead, check out with your dentist mirror here, inspector mirror, and make sure that you're exactly drilling in the center of the broken stud or bolt. So this is basically the routine. You're going to be drilling for about 10 to 15 seconds. After you're done with that, pull out the drill, make sure you're still perfectly centered where exactly you're drilling, and go ahead and put the drill back in again. Also, in between drills, you may want to hit it with some compressed air just to kind of clean out maybe little metal particles and dirt and everything else that may have gotten caught up there in the same time. Okay, so once you're done drilling your hole, get your extractor right here and go ahead and fit it on. You may have to give it a couple taps, just small taps, nothing serious. And then after that, go ahead, fit on your socket. And this is kind of a little bit of a delicate process, but as you can see, you may be able to pull out your broken stud or bolt from here. So as you can see, we drilled on this and it came straight out, which thank goodness. But again, with the drill, just take your time because sometimes the drill itself will be able to be enough to take the broken stud out. And let me tell you, there's no better feeling than feeling it start to move and being able to pull it out. So this is great. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this short and sweet video of how to take out your broken bolts or studs. It's something that all of us have to deal with at one moment in time, and it's never fun, but if you can take care of it yourself and you don't have to pay someone else to do that, even better. So as always, thank you so much for watching R&D Garage. Thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing. Have a great rest of your week.